All right, we are here. I am here. Ted Pines Ranch. This is my first time being out here, and we have motocross start. Let's see, two bikes ahead of me on the right. That looks like Chris. Chris has been kicking butt this year, working hard, making those games that I should be making by now. He said that last year he wasn't doing so hot. He worked his butt off trying to get better. He's out here killing it this year. So, congratulations to you. And 3 Hondo is running 3 Hondo-ish. It's got some power. I'd say maybe a little bit too much power. I probably switched over the red spring. I figured motocross track, grass track, definitely will have some extra throttle time. And it's snappy. Oh, it's snappy. So, being that it's snappy, I'm definitely putting back in the yellow spring. It was a handful of throttle when you didn't want a handful of throttle. And it put me in a couple of situations where I was grabbing a whole bunch of brake really quick or blowing through a turn. So, the yellow, I think, is a pretty good in-between. Red's pretty dang snappy if you're doing motocross only or something a little bit more open. Definitely red spring wouldn't be too bad. Yellow spring, since I've been running it with the throttle tamer for a long time, I'm used to it. Just wanted to switch things up. But we're in Mancelona, Michigan, and lo and behold, this track, this course, is on the same street that my brother lives on. Out of all the places that they could put up a new track, it ended up being literally a 5-minute walk down from my brother's house, which Pony Jr. is out of town this weekend. So I was hoping out of all the times he wasn't racing that he might make it to his local race, but he was out of town. And we're going. One thing about this area, and even some of the pine areas, I was watching Captain's video from last year, and I was telling myself, oh wow, these trails look pretty wide open. I could see some nice passes, moves, all that kind of stuff being made through these areas. But what the details of the video don't show you as much is that it's sandy. This is not motocross, this is up in the small woods area. It's sandy, and they have a single track kind of burned into the ground. So you really can't pass on because they're stuck in that middle line. There's just not enough room for you to go over and make that pass. So I would say majority of my passes were made from either coming up on someone and then letting you over, or they were just getting over because you're on the tail end. Didn't make that many good moves on the motocross track or the grass track. Those are some of my weak areas. Even though I push on them. But actually, this guy in this orange shirt ahead of me, I was behind him for a while. I'd say him and I have a pretty good pace where I was right there with him. I wasn't running him over, but I wasn't losing him. So you probably see a lot of him. Hey, I love it when you guys yell out the pony. It makes me want to go fast, so keep up the good work. And believe it or not, I had some more family coming out to this race. Mom, dad, stepmom. So, had a little family crew hanging out. That was nice. I tell you what, I was chasing down this guy ahead of me for a long time. Anytime I was trying to make a move, he was just ahead of me. But that's what racing's about. You don't want someone just to let you by unless you're super quick and you need to keep boogieing like that. From memory, weather was about 70-ish or so. Nice weather. Great weather, actually, for a September race. enjoyed the grass track. Was able to pick up some speed. I'd say if I had to rank overall, like what I enjoyed the most, motocross track. What I enjoyed probably second, enduro track, because I just like logs and tires and that kind of stuff. Third was probably grass track because it let me get on the gas and, you know, just get some speed in. Fourth had to be the probably the pine section or the like woods area. Just don't care for sand. It's not my forte. Nice straightaway here. And I didn't know it was on the end of this jump. This is the very first time going over it. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. The second, third time, I was hitting it with some speed because I knew that it wasn't going to really throw me up in the air a whole bunch, but it wasn't going to be bad if I overshot it. There's nothing to worry about on the back end of it. Bringing out the bike a little bit, but so is everyone else. Ah, nice move, you guy in blue. Nice move. I actually thought, I think there was about 33, 34 racers in my 35 plus C class, and I thought there was going to be more racers just based on the parking. I showed up at about 9 a.m. to get a spot, and I was like, man, this place is packed. So, but didn't have as much as I thought. I thought we were going to have 2 rows of 35 plus C riders, so that ended up being good. Which I ended up parking right next to Captain, so that was funny. I was like, hey, the spot taken? He's like, it is now. I was like, all right, sweet. He ended up camping out that night. He said it got a little chilly. All right, my one complaint about this enduro section. I love the log selection and everything, but I'm trying to cross the logs to make a move past people that are not taking the logs. And what they're doing is zigzagging in front of me because they like have left, right openings for them if they're not taking a log. But if I'm taking a log, I should, one, make it quicker than them, and I shouldn't have to try running them down if I'm taking logs. So that's my one criticism about the enduro section is if you're not taking logs, you should have to do a circle-8, a circle, and another turn if you're not going over the enduro obstacles. So that's my one criticism. Oh, he's making his moves. Wop, wop, wop. I need a louder bike. I'll just scream up. Pony Jr. used to... Oh, this was a good jump here. Straight away with a sandy jump that had a very sandy landing. So you could undershoot it, you can overshoot it. It was just a fun jump for some random woods jump in the middle of the pine trees. But yeah, Pony Jr. used to say people would move out of his way because he had a 125 Yamaha that needed the silencer repacked, and he would just come up on people moving out of his way like he was an A-class rider. I was about to make a move, they started going, so I stopped. I was caught off guard by that one. I don't know, I'm sure if I was counting Christmas trees or dirt sand particles on the ground, but yeah, that would have been a nice spot to make some passes. I'm still baiting. I'm still debating on going 40 plus speed next year. Just I've been in the C class for 6 years. I would like to move up into C class and then move on, but I kind of feel like my time is been there and done that. Let the newer guys, you know, have fun in the C class. But I don't know, I'm still debating. I could always wait one more year and do the 50 plus C, or B, sorry. That would definitely be interesting. Only thing about that is I'll be racing against very experienced riders that are just older. I'm still an intermediate rider, but I'm older. Yeah, this section was not my fun zone. I like getting on the gas. Wah, wah, wah. So here's an interesting quick story for you guys. I've been following my suspension complaints on that Craft Moto suspension. For one, I can't complain because I did buy the Craft Moto used, and the guy didn't have much information because he had just got it on a bike. And so it can literally be set up for motocross, and that's why it's so harsh for me. It could be set up for a 300-pound rider. That's why it's so harsh for me. I don't know. What I can do is send it back to Craft. They have a couple new upgrades they can do to it, and get it revalved for my particular, riding. But anyways, what I did, I took my 2008 200 open chamber forks, and I took all the insides out of them and the valves and everything, adjusters, and put them in my Explorer forks, the outer tube, the inner tube and the outer tube, and ran it like that for this race. And the bike was running great, forks were predictable, they were plush. Only tiny problem I had was I didn't bottom them out, but I could have probably adjusted the clickers a little bit for some of the motocross stuff. So, but that was it. Then the Explorer shock I had, I'm not sure what I have going on, but I wanted to double check the nitrogen in it. And I let out the nitrogen, and then I was going to double check the bleed on it. Lo and behold, there's nitrogen bubbles in my oil bubbling out of the top fill tube. So I'm like, whoops, that's not good. And that was literally the day before I was leaving for the race. So I made a quick little video on that little journey. I'll probably upload it this week. Nothing too critical, but yeah, gotta stay up on your maintenance, and if the bike's not feeling right, check it out. See, I told you. Me and the guy in the orange, we're back at it. You can tell some of the motocross riders that normally ride out here, because when I was coming in at about 9 a.m. and about 10 a.m. they were all dressed up and geared up, while most of us Hare Scramble people, I particularly don't start getting geared up to about 11 o'clock or so. But I can definitely see them on the jumps also. They're out there throwing some big jumps, and I'm over here doing that. But good course. Not going to say great course, just because I personally don't like sand. And there was a ton of sand through a lot of the trail sections. And just a lot of the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's not my forte. So that likes doing that, they would have loved this course. I don't, so it's on my social list. But they were definitely doing 10 Pines stuff very good. They ran the place really good. Definitely no complaints about that. But I did see something on Facebook where they're saying, any suggestions? There was a lot of side-by-side, four-wheeler, pit riding, and I'm not one that ever complains about that, but it was dusty, and they were just riding, and it's mostly just kids out. Oh, yeah. I blew through this turn, and lo and behold, there's a whole bunch of stuff right on the ground there. Felt like I was here for a whole minute trying to get out of here. I was trying to decide if I was going to back up and get out or run over everything. I just ran over everything.
I can hear enough of that.
I told you, the bike can get away from you a little bit. Yeah, I should one guy about took my leg off. Actually, yeah, let's get into that. One guy about took my leg off trying to make a pass on a turn. I literally had to lift my whole leg up out of the way because he would have sideswiped my whole right side of my body. I was coming off a turn off the motocross track and just lost my front tire, which was actually the very first time I did the whole race, and it's more my fault. I just came over quick, and I took a header right down into the ground, broke the camera right off the front of my helmet with an extension I use. I had a tree snag my sleeve, rip my hands right off the handlebars, and about pulled me off the back of my bike because I was moving, and that extended and was not going anywhere. And then my final one, it was a group of small little trees, maybe like 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and I kind of like got off course a tiny bit, and I was like, oh, I'll just go right through and run them over. Man, I hit that little tree, and then that tree stopped me straight in my place and went boom. I took the bars to the chest. I was like, well, that was no fun. That about like tweaked my wrist. So overall, tweaked the wrist, pulled my right shoulder. Oh, that one little cool jump in the middle of the grass track. As I was coming down on my seat, it was going up, or the bike was coming up and banged me right in the butt. Like I could feel it pop in my back. So this is what I was talking about. People are going left, they're going right. I'm trying to go. And bloop, my buddy goes down. That's it. That's all I got. For me, it was a okay race. I ended up not finishing off the very last lap, so that moved me down a whole bunch, but I didn't care. I was out there to have fun, not push it hard today. Thank you for watching. Pony down. Out.